Sherricka here, back for another video. I just want to say thank you to everyone that has watched my couple of videos thus far. Anybody who has subscribed and liked and commented or sent my mom a text or whatever, thank you so much, and thanks for coming back. I want to get right into it because I don't want to, babble too long. So nobody, absolutely nobody asked me for this, but I just been feeling it on my brain, on my heart to share some tips about caregiving. Okay. When I first got into caregiving, and I think I explained this before, I was not interested. It was because someone else told me that they thought that I would be good at it. It was totally not something that I dreamed of when I would grow up. And I'm still not grown up, and I still don't know what I want to do, and I still don't know who I want to be. But I know that for the most part, what I've been told is that I'm a good, great caregiver, right? So with that said, I want to just give some tips to people who are thinking about getting into caregiving, people that are into caregiving and it may or may not be working out, or you're looking for some ways to get better or be better, or even see if this is really what you want to do. Or if you're somebody who is in need of a caregiver, these are maybe the things that you might want to look for in a caregiver when choosing one. So I'll just get right into it. So number one, I feel you should have a passion, okay? And your passion for helping people should be something that, drives you to take care of someone who is sick, someone who is elderly, someone who just needs someone to help them with daily living. And they call those ADLs. So with that said, you have to have that passion. If you don't have a passion for helping people, then I don't know why you would even think of walking into a place and applying for a caregiver position. If your passion is not to help people or want to get people better or just help people through a hard time. So passion is definitely my number one thing that I feel like you should at least have. And if you don't have a passion, at least you can have a basic care of people. You have to have some type of bone in your body that is like, you know what? I need to help this person. You have to have some type of bone that is screaming, I want to help. So I feel like passion has to be the very first thing. Second thing, and this is not always true, but for me, it's true. So I feel that you should have some type of sympathy or empathy for people. Empathy, you need to understand what that person is going through. And then sympathy, you need to definitely put yourself in that person's shoes and understand, again, what they're going through. If you don't have sympathy or empathy for people or what they're going through, not for you, right? Not for you. Okay, so those are the top three things that should even want you to walk through the door of a facility or a nursing care agency, or even to go on care.com or whatever it is, or to just want to help in some type of way. You need to have at least those three things. Okay. Now, my fourth thing, which I've seen a lot of people not have, when I was working at a home care agency, there was a lot of caregivers that would walk through the door who didn't have basic housekeeping abilities. And I'm like, how do you not have any basic housekeeping abilities? So for me, I had to kind of reach back when I first started, when I was 19 years old. I had to reach back and say, did you really know how to keep a house Did you know how to do laundry? Did you know how to properly do dishes? Did you know about a dishwasher? These are the things that you have to know going into a resident or a client's home, or a patient, whatever you call them. You have to have those basic abilities. And I had to think about it, like, when I was 19 years old, I mean, I knew how to clean, but I didn't know how to clean like how I would clean today. I don't think I knew that. So you have to have that basic thing. And those basic housekeeping things would be, I named a few already, but we would vacuum. You need all carpet areas. You need to vacuum. You need to sweep floors. You need to mop. You need to lightly dust. You need to be able to fold and put up clothes and wash them properly. That means you need to be able to sort them, from lights, darks, whites. You need to know how to do dishes, okay? And I mean do dishes good. Like, you can't just run them through the water and think that they okay. No, you need to soak them in hot water. Get a wash cloth, and you need to scrub and make sure the dishes is clean. And if you're using a dishwasher, you have to rinse them off. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like, I literally just learned how to properly load a dishwasher because I used to think, the dishwasher's gonna do all the work. No, you almost have to wash the dish before you place it in the dishwasher. And like I said, y'all, I am just figuring that out. Okay, and sometimes I get a little lazy and I'm like, I just want to just throw this in the dishwasher. But no, you have to rinse the dishes completely before you put them in the dishwasher. You need to know how to iron. You need to know how to cook. I'm trying to think, did I know how to cook? I mean, I think I knew how to do simple stuff, but cooking, you have got to take a course on cooking. I used to have clients call me and be like, man, y'all sent the caregiver here that don't even know how to scramble eggs. And I'm like, ooh. So, and they know, first of all, you have your residents who don't care what you do. But then you have the ones that look forward to getting a nice hot meal. You got the ones that's looking forward to, all their household chores being done incorrectly. So you definitely need to have some type of housekeeping etiquette, okay? So that is definitely there. Then we move down to personal care abilities. You need to be able to be comfortable with doing personal care in any kind of fashion. So whether that's helping someone brush their teeth, helping them on the toilet, and even if they can help themselves on the toilet, you have to be able to be ready to change a depend. Because a lot of elderly people, or a lot of people who are sick, who they wear depends, or they wear or adult diapers, and you have to be comfortable with being able to change those things, right? You need to be able to make a bed. You need to be able to, that goes back to the housekeeping part. You need to be able to know how to make a bed. They actually have, in STNA, they actually have a skill making the bed, because it's a whole thing. So you do want to go there. So back to personal care, but you will need to get them dressed. You need to do hair care. You might need to do mouth care. They may wear dentures and their hands might not be ready. You might need to help them with that. So these are things this is like your checklist of you coming into caregiving business, and you're like, will I be comfortable with doing X, Y, and Z? You have to take a mental checklist of all of this stuff, because once you get into those people's homes, and they are vulnerable, you have to think, these are people who've done things for themselves their entire life, and now they need someone else to cover those things for them, and you have got to be ready. You've got to be ready. So those are my takes on what you should check off before you decide to get into the caregiving business. So we'll go over them one more time. So number one would be you need to have a passion or the need to help people. You need to have sympathy and empathy. You need to learn some housekeeping basic abilities, okay? You need to know how to do or not even know how to do it, but you need to be comfortable with the idea of personal care. And then lastly, you need to have some type of transferring skills. There are a lot of people who are on a walker or on a cane, and then there's people who can't walk at all. But you got to be able to move them. So with people who are on a walker, you might have to just be like a standby assist, and that's just making sure they get from their bed or chair to standing position, and they have their walker stable up under them. You know what I'm saying? And they have locks on there and everything for you to do that. But you need to make sure that they are safely getting from the bed or the chair to their walker. That's your job. And then anybody that has a cane, that means they can do a little more, okay? But you also still need to be a standby assist, because even with a cane, that means they have one of their sides has some type of weakness. So you need to be on the weak side so that their strong side can pull them, whichever side that is. You have to be on that weak side, making sure that weak side doesn't buckle, So that's what you need to be doing for someone who's on a cane. Then for someone who is completely bedbound or can't walk at all, you may have to do some type of body mechanics, and you may have to stand them up and pivot them into a chair or the bed. From the wheelchair to the bed, from the bed to the chair, from the chair to the wheelchair, whichever way it is, you may have to use your body mechanics to physically move them if they can't walk at all and they don't have a walker, or they don't know how to use a walker or any of that. And then I know I said lastly, but I got one more thing. Dementia and Alzheimer's is on the rise, obviously, and it's been on the rise for a long time. But you want to have some type of knowledge about dementia and Alzheimer's, because those diseases can deter you from wanting to take care of people sometimes, because of the lack of not knowing what to do when they get in having one of those episodes, because sometimes they can be combative. Sometimes they can just be repetitive, and you're like, oh my gosh, she asked me that 20 times, but it's part of the disease. It's not them, it's part of the disease. So these are things that you want to think about before getting into a caregiver position, because once you're in, you can obviously opt out afterwards, but you kind of want to catch it before you get into it to make sure that that's something that you really want to do, because it's a job. It's hard work. I have been in the healthcare industry for 15 years, and I have seen a lot. I haven't seen it all. I know a lot of people think that they've been in it for years, that they've seen everything. No, there is still more to see. There is still more to see. So with that being said, just check off those boxes before you decide to want to do to be a caregiver. Or if you're thinking of someone who's interested in being a caregiver, ask them those questions. Are you going to be able to handle these things? Or if you're looking for a caregiver, those are the kind of things that you want to have in mind when you are looking for someone to take care of you or your family member. Those are the things that you want to look at. And obviously there's 1,000 more things, but those to me seem like the most critical. So thanks for watching. I just felt that on me, and I was like, I feel like I need to get that out there, right? So thank you for watching. If you want to see more of these kind of videos, please comment, like the video, subscribe, and share it. And if you know somebody who you think will make a good caregiver, this is the video that they need to see. Okay? Bye.